Welcome back to CryptosRus. I'm George. We're all George. Welcome to another market open. And today, of course, I want to talk about this pattern. And it always leads to a bull run for Bitcoin. So let's talk about this pattern. Let's talk about what's going on in the markets today and everything else that's going on, including breaking news about Alec Mashinsky. So let's talk about it. Welcome, 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 guys. The market bell has just rung. And today we may get some more green. And that's good. I don't know. Yesterday we're kind of faked out. Expected a big rise with everything. We got a small little rise. Today, I don't know. Today could be a really good day. So far, everything's in the green, so that's good. Also, DXY is going down, which is really good. Whenever DXY goes down, that's very good for Bitcoin and crypto. So take a look at this. Will Clemente tweeted this out. I mean, this is pretty obvious. So whenever you see DXY, which is the red line, goes up, you know what happens with Bitcoin? It tends to go down. And when the DXY goes down, guess what? The opposite happens. Bitcoin goes up. It's actually, I mean, there's a lot of up and downs, yes, but overall, if you look at the bigger trend, that's what happens. When the DXY goes up, generally speaking, the economy, markets are spooked, and people are flooding into the dollar, which if you think about is really silly considering inflation and devaluing of your purchasing power. But whenever people flock to it, that's usually an indication of some kind of major event or recession or something that's happening, right? So if you look at, yeah, DXY was pretty high up, you know, with 2022, 2023, now starting to come back down, right? I mean, if you look at the peak in 2023, or 2020 to 2023, I don't know where it peaked out at, if it's this year or last year, but you look at it, that basically correlates exactly with the bottom of Bitcoin, right? Of this cycle. So kind of interesting. So anyways, DXY going down is always a good thing. And you know, I would argue having too much cash is never a good thing. So it's good for DCAing, good for dollar cost averaging. But if you have everything in cash, over time, all it does is, again, devalue your buying power because the governments keep printing more and because inflation also does that too. I mean, there's a lot of factors at play. Anyways, today could be good. Also helped by the fact that jobless claims went down. Okay, so there's less people that are filing for unemployment. So that's good. You have people finding jobs and less people getting laid off. That's a pretty good combination, right? Last time, though, when the jobs report came out, the market tanked, and that didn't make any sense. But overall, it does show that there's just more people going back to work, and companies are hiring more and not laying people off. That's awesome. That's awesome. Also, PPI inflation came out today. Not like CPI. PPI is measuring a change in price of goods sold by manufacturers. It came in way below expectations. Okay, so for last month, it was expected to be at 0.4% and actually went down to 0.1%. This is over year to year, measuring basically 2022 level versus 2023. And according to PPI, inflation is only, the price of goods is only up by 0.1%. So that's awesome. Basically, inflation is coming down, right? CPI said inflation is coming down. PPI is saying inflation is coming down. There's another reading, PCE. We'll see what that says when that comes out. I don't know when that comes out. But overall, all these readings show that inflation is coming down. So whatever Powell is doing or what he has done so far worked, sort of, with the asterisks, because it still seems like a lot of things are very expensive and services still very expensive. So I don't know. Maybe it takes some time before we actually see the effects. Or maybe it's all fudged and and it's all fake. I don't know. It's probably somewhere in between. Anyways, moving on. What else is going on today? Well, Robert Kiyosaki still as bearish as ever. Says a giant crash is coming. But the only good thing about this is that he's telling people to buy Bitcoin. So he's very, 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 very bearish, and he's predicting Armageddon left and right every single day, it seems like. Here's another one from today. Giant crash coming. Fake money, aka fiat, to die. Brooks, I think he means BRICS meeting in South Africa, August 22nd, to put nail in coffin of fiat, fake money. Get into real gold, silver, and Bitcoin ASAP. Take care. End of fiat, fake money near. I mean, a lot of people do want to see the dollar die and want to see fiat go away, right? But it's not going to be that fast. If it did happen that fast, we would have much bigger problems, okay? So over time, this is the end goal, to have everything replaced with Bitcoin or crypto, right? Something that is controlled by the people and not by governments. Yes, that's optimal, but yeah, it's not going to be this fast. But he also predicted a day ago kind of the same thing. And, if the US dollar dies, trillions of money will rush back home and cause inflation to go up and cause Bitcoin to go to $120,000 by next year. Will it happen? We'll see. He's not the only one that thinks Bitcoin will be $120,000 by next year, right? For different reasons. Many people think it's due to Bitcoin spot ETF and the optimism around that. But Robert is singing a different tune. So we'll see. If the end result is the same, I guess that's fine. Recession, maybe near though. A lot of people have been talking about this, and I'm trying to put two and two together, and it doesn't make much sense, especially when we receive data showing that people are finding more jobs and companies are laying less people off. Okay, we've been getting data every single month, and basically every single month it shows that there's a ton of new jobs, okay, and people are finding those jobs, and then people filing for unemployment is going down. So people are working, making money. I don't see how there's going to be a recession, but I've been hearing recently a lot of people on TV and people in general, analysts, and all these people are saying, well, look at all these rich people that are selling off their stocks, right? And then now you have charts like this, a probability of a recession in 2024, which is also election year. Normally doesn't happen in an election year, but you could see this. I don't know how this is measuring, but the probability is pretty high right now. It's higher than even 2020 when the pandemic was going on. So I don't know how this is made, or what yeah. I don't know like what this is looking at, but I just don't see it. I just don't see how recession can come in 2024. The Fed is also going to pivot and reverse in 2024 by cutting rates. That may even happen at the end of the year, but I think it's more likely going to happen in 2024. And when the Fed cuts its rates, that's generally very bullish too. So I don't know. There's like growing sentiment about how a recession may be near. I could see that in 2022 and but now, and first half of 2023, but now things are improving so much. I just don't see it. I'm very bullish. I think we're going to see enormous amount of money, and plus let's not forget like the $8 or $9 trillion sitting on the sidelines waiting to enter from the big boys. No one from them is really broke. The banks are still, the big banks I should say, are flush with cash. The small banks not so much, and the hedge funds and VCs, they're still sitting on their trillions. So again, I don't know if I buy that at all. Maybe you guys have a different perspective. But the other thing that relates to it is, I did mention next year is election year, right? And whenever there's a major presidential election, it just so happens to fall on a year when Bitcoin has a halving event. So this is kind of like people correlate the two, right? But it's what's the saying go? It's like just because two things happen doesn't mean there's a correlation, something like that. But if you look at this, right, 2012, when you had Obama, then you had 2016 Trump, then you had 2020 Biden, right? All those years are halving years. And 2024, we'll have another election, and that's also the halving year. So it just so happens that, you know, they're correlated. But what isn't a, you know, what isn't a question mark is every time, right, what happens after the halving year? Bitcoin goes up. Way, way, way up. After every single halving event, it goes up. So that's what we have to look forward to next year. All right. This is also another pattern. I mean, there's a lot of fractal patterns, okay? There's a lot of moving averages. I show these basically every single day. But that's the situation we're in right now. This is also why I'm so bullish, because like every single thing that you can measure, from the growing fundamentals to the on-chain metrics to the technicals, everything you measure is looking fantastic for Bitcoin. I don't see how anyone can be bearish at this point in time. Even the macro environment is getting better too. I mean, and we're going into the halving. I mean, there's so many reasons to be bullish. But anyways, here's a technical pattern. If you look at 2015, 2019, 2023, where we are now, you have a bunch of EMA lines, right? That basically it's a ribbon of EMAs, moving averages, and Bitcoin has just broken above all of them. And the last two times this has happened, the most important thing about this is it's irrelevant what the moving averages are, right? All these ribbons have some kind of, you know, EMA 20, in this case 26, or the 10 and a 5 or whatever. The important thing to know is when Bitcoin breaks above these ribbons, it's generally very, very, very bullish. And it doesn't happen very often. It's not like it happens every other day. You look at 2015 when we broke out, that's when Bitcoin went all the way up to 20,000. When we broke up from the bottom of 2019 and went up to 14,000, right? And then from 2019 all the way up to 69,000. So we have just broken above again. So that means we're starting a bull run, right? We have already started. And where will Bitcoin end this time around? 200,000, 250,000? We'll just have to wait and see. But it's definitely worth waiting for. Here's another one. Measuring bottoms for Bitcoin. This is using the cost basis analysis. And whenever, it's very obvious, whenever you have this green spectrum or shading, right, that's when Bitcoin is at its low point, right? And then whenever we break out of it, the red lines is when we have peaks. Obviously, we're nowhere near a peak. We are out of the bottom and we are recovering as we head into the next halving event, you know, and beyond. So pretty good. All pretty good. What else is going on? World of crypto. Well, BNB is about to get a big upgrade called a Hang. I don't know. I'm Chinese, so I should know how to say that, but I don't know how you say it. Hang upgrade. Basically, it's going to make BNB chain a little bit better. Mostly, it seems like there's two things that's coming from this. Number one is it's going to introduce this BEP 255, which is a standard for NFTs. One of the big problems with BNB chain is it's not easy to create NFTs, especially multiples of one NFT. And I've talked to, you know, this NFT provider before that said this is an inherent weakness for BNB chain. Like if you want to create multiple copies of one NFT, you can't do it. Hopefully this does it, but yeah, this is a revolving around NFTs, and there's also something that will stop forks from happening. It will halt the production of new blocks when specific conditions are met. So something like that. So anyways, it sounds like it's a good upgrade. BNB obviously is holding very strong within the top 5, and this will boost it even more. What else is there? Polygon. This is interesting. Polygon is going to try to create a new token, okay, called POL. And I'm glad that they're getting rid of the name Matic because it doesn't make any sense. Before Polygon was Polygon, it was called Matic, which is why the token's called Matic. And ever since it moved to Polygon, the token name doesn't really match. But anyways, they're coming out with a new proposal, so people have to vote on it. But Polygon will be, you know, as they're trying to transition to Polygon 2.0, they'll be coming out with a new token called POL. And POL is interesting because it could do a number of things. The validators within Polygon 2.0 will be able to validate multiple chains, and chains could offer multiple roles to validators, right? And the tokenomics is different with Pol, and there's a lot of other stuff that's happening with Polygon 2.0, right? But this is kind of like their vision. Like, even if the token standard or token gets moved, there will be a one-to-one swap, right? So you're getting the same number of Pol versus what you have in Matic, but the validators will be able to not only validate the regular Polygon 1 proof of stake chain, but also their ZK EVM chain and a couple of supernets and a new Polygon 2. So validators will be able to validate multiple chains simultaneously using this new token. It sounds interesting. But this is, of course, this has to be voted upon. So if people really hate it, then it's not going to get approved. But I have a feeling that it will. So that's coming up. And then lastly, a lot of you guys will be cheering for this. Alex Mashinsky, this is breaking news, was just arrested, and Celsius was just sued by every single agency, the SEC, CFTC, and FTC. Okay, so the charges, I think there's going to be more coming out, but basically they're saying that he was arrested due to securities fraud. Okay, we know that we've heard rumors about Alex, right, gambling with people's assets, trading ETH, running out of ETH, and supplementing the whole with deposits. There's a lot of rumors. Okay, so I'm guessing some of these will be verified and be released, but for them to arrest him, obviously pretty serious. You know, a lot of these leaders after their firms collapse, makes you wonder if it's just due to incompetency or actually fraud, right? A lot of people think Alex committed fraud, but we'll see. We'll see what happens, what gets released next. As for what's going on with Celsius, I actually have no clue. I don't know what's going on with Celsius. I don't know if they've ended their auction and they're letting people withdraw. I actually don't know. The situation just sucks overall. Anyways, Bitcoin is back above 30,600. Pretty much the same point as yesterday. We'll see if Bitcoin can finally break through. It's been very, very steady around 30,000, right? But it's just a matter of time. It breaks through, and we're going to see a new high for 2023. All right, let's do some Q&A. Look at that. This is awesome. The dollar is about to dip below 100. We have not seen that for many, many, many years. Many years. And whenever a DXY goes down, good things happen to markets. Very good things happen to markets. Especially Bitcoin and crypto. So this is awesome. The more it goes down, the better it is. All right, let me see if I missed any important chat here. Let's see. Yeah, okay, that correlation does not cause causation. That's what I was looking for. That's what I was looking for. Thank you. All right, let's see. Diego said he became a whole coiner. Congratulations. Good morning, George. Is KuCoin dead? No, it's not. I don't know why you would ask that. Can you get into NFTs? Board of crypto coins? No. And NFTs are really, really weak right now. Really weak. Bored Apes, their floor price is only 30 ETH now. I mean, I remember it was like 300 ETH. So NFTs are no better than coins. And there's so many collections coming out all the time. I don't know. Just not my thing. I hold a few, but it's not something I actively pay attention to. Omar said, did you hear about Google listing blockchain games on their Play Store? Yesterday I covered that. It's not so much of that. It's just that they're being friendly towards dApps that may offer NFTs or tokens within. So that's good. It's the opposite stance from Apple. Apple just wants to charge everything 30% tax, which sometimes is very difficult to do. Have you ever tried day trading? How much did you make? See, the thing with day trading is if you have some wins, it makes you feel like you're on top of the world, and then your losses absolutely kill your wins. That's my experience, and many people could share that. And your wins could be very long. It could be like months upon months of wins. And then you have that one loss, and then it just destroys everything. So no, I don't like to day trade. I used to. I used to think that I was pretty good and I could outsmart the market and kind of predict things. And then I realized I wasted all that effort when I could have just held and made more. Honestly, holding sometimes you just did the best. Just don't do anything. You may feel bored and you may feel like you have to trade, but a lot of people tell you that. Just had they just held rather than try to trade, they would have made more and been up more. Why is it so hard to crack 31K? You know, sometimes it just happens. Sometimes Bitcoin needs to consolidate a little bit, okay? It can't go up forever. I mean, we've been consolidating, let's just say since here, June 21st. So you think about it, that's less than 1 month, okay? So that means 1 month ago, we were below 30K. We were around 27, 26. We even dropped to 24 before we suddenly rose upwards, right? So, yeah, I mean, if you're looking at it every day, it seems like it's forever. It does seem like it's forever. It seems like we've been holding at 30K for like 6 months now. No, we've been here less than 1 month. And for us to be this strong around this point right here is awesome. That's awesome. Bitcoin's consolidating, and when it's ready to move, it will. So just keep that in mind. See the difference? Crypto bank lenders get arrested, but normal banks do not. Yeah, I just covered a story, Chris, about was it Bank of America? One of the major banks a few days ago got slapped with a fine. No one went to jail, and they committed fraud too. They opened accounts on behalf of people without their consent. They double charged them on fees on purpose and various other things. And, you know, life goes on, right? Yeah, so I agree with you. It's very unfair for crypto companies. But in some cases, like Celsius, they deserve it. Alex at least the rumors made it seem like he was really doing some shady things behind the scenes, right? So in those cases, arrests should be made. But for everyone else, it just seems like, it's very unfair for crypto companies versus traditional banks. Obviously, the agencies are out to protect them. Tom, welcome. DXY. Ooh, so close. 100.00. 100.00. It's getting really close, guys. And, where's that chart? Where's that chart I had from Will? Yeah, whenever DXY goes down, good things happen to Bitcoin. So last time when we were in a really bullish trend in 2021, okay, DXY fell to like low 90s. So I'd love to see DXY get back to low 90s. With these economic data that's been coming out and more that will be coming out, if they continue to show the economy getting stronger, not weaker, like more jobs, less laid off, unemployment going down, and some of these key economic data like like retail sentiment and the manufacturing index and all these things, if they're all showing that we're recovering, going upwards, DXY will continue to drop. Really good. Oh, come on. You go below. Would you rather have dinner with SBF or Do Kwon? Probably SBF. He has done a lot more shady things. As long as Coinbase is in core with SEC, there won't be a spot ETF. Agree? I don't know. No, I disagree with that. This court case with Coinbase may take years. Okay, and I don't think it's gonna take years for us to get a spot Bitcoin ETF. So no, I don't agree with that. Someone's saying this DXY is wrong. Is it wrong? No, it's not wrong. Oh, the overlay is wrong. Well, it's close enough. Come on, we just need to break that 31K. Any good movers today? I didn't check today. Let's see. Litecoin is up. Polygon is up due to Polygon, the new poll token that may be coming. Another interesting thing I was reading about the new poll token is with the new 2.0 chain, the dApps can choose which token they want to use to pay for gas fees. So you could use poll or you could use ETH now. So that's interesting. Like right now, what differentiates Matic from all the other L2s is you're using Matic to pay for fees, not ETH. But with their new 2.0 system, they said that you can define if you want to use ETH or poll for gas fees, which is kind of cool. So I forgot to mention that earlier. What else? Chainlink is up a little bit. BitDAO. I have no idea what BitDAO is, and they're like nearing $1 billion market cap. I gotta study them more. Phantom is coming up a little bit today. That's good. I still believe in Phantom, although I don't hear much about them recently. Compound and Singularity's up. AI play. More, I don't know, maybe due to Elon's XAI project. Maybe a little more enthusiasm around AI plays in crypto. I don't know. People are saying DXY went to 99.99 or 99.97. It's still at 100.02. It just won't go below. What does CNBC say about DXY? Does it have a DXY chart? No, it does not. I think I have a DXY compare here. According to this, DXY is at, it's too high. This is showing at 102. But let's zoom out a little bit. How do I zoom out? What was the other one I used to? Yeah, XBT. There we go. Okay, so this is a DXY overlaid with Bitcoin's price. You could see inverse relationship, right? It's very, very obvious. So this was back in 2017 when Bitcoin pretty much peaked and all coins were peaking. That was when DXY was at 89, 90. And then, you know, again, in 2021, that's when, again, DXY went down to about 90. Look at where it is and correlates with the bottom of Bitcoin. So if we're going from where we are now, 100, all the way down to 90 over the next, you know, year or two, that would be awesome. Awesome for Bitcoin. Still holding. Still doesn't want to go down. Today, what else is doing good? I got a little thing here. Tesla is up 0.5. Coinbase is still down after hitting a peak of 90. Riot is up almost 5%. That's fantastic. Riot is killing it. Ever since Vanguard got into Riot and Mara. MicroStrategy, not up that much. Can I see SHIB going to half all-time high? What are you talking about? Half? Sure. I see SHIB going to all-time high eventually after his next run. There's no doubt about it. Doge, SHIB will hit their previous high. Do you think, do you believe XRP will trigger a bull run with the win? Yes. We're ready in a bull run. It's clear. We're ready in a bull run. The very, very early stages of it. And of course, the XRP or Ripple win will accelerate the recovery and recover towards highs, and then we'll go form some new highs. All right, you guys are late to the game. I already covered this story. There's people pop in saying Alex is arrested. I already covered it like 10 minutes ago, guys. So chill. But yeah, I mean, he's been walking free for over a year. So finally it has happened. Kazin, it doesn't matter if they have economics or not, okay? Everyone said the same thing about Doge before. I said the same thing about Doge before. Doge was the biggest laughing stock in crypto until it wasn't. And now it's holding at 9 billion in market cap and within the top 10, all right? With meme coins, you can't discount the FOMO factor. You can't discount people that just love it, and they will hold on to them no matter what. So SHIB has that status, obviously. It's absolutely massive. Doge is massive. And they're only going to get more massive with every single FOMO run. And Pepe, I have no doubt in this next run will be massive. And who knows what's going to come after Pepe, that will also be massive. DXY 99.99. What? Yes, we finally broke through. 99.98. Finally, everyone's like like monitoring it. 99.99 again. We broke 100. That's fantastic. Let's see this keep going. We need to see like low 90s. That's where we want it. Low 90s would be fantastic. And if we even go lower than that, it would be even better. Oh, here we go. 4.7 billion in settlement. That's it. There's nothing else. Well, this is new. This 4.7 billion fine, which sounds good in theory, but at this point, it's only going to take away from how much can be repaid to the creditors, which is retail investors, right? So that's 5 billion less that's going back out to the people. So at this point, I don't even get what's the point of paying a fine. They already collapsed, and these regulators know that they're in bankruptcy procedures right now, and you know, what's the point of this fine? Just throw him in jail and that's it. I don't know. Data on shorts. There was a chart I looked at before that actually had it. Oh, we're still going down. That's good. It was like shorts for on Bitfinex or something. Yeah, this one. This is like the shorts volume. I don't know, volume or contracts on Bitfinex. I don't know how many people actually use Bitfinex these days, but it's pretty low right now. Way lower than before. I mean, this is a lower point. That was back in March of 2023. Okay, maybe. Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at it, we're much lower than before. There's a lot less shorters these days than say, you know, previous times. That makes sense. Who would dare to short Bitcoin right now? Jerry, appreciate that. All right, guys, let's conclude overall today. Pretty fine day so far. DXY is going down. That's the big story. When DXY goes down, that's really, really good. Robert is still very bearish overall, but he says buy Bitcoin. And I think that's the right move. There's a lot of data that shows really good days are coming. Bull run has started. So let's go. All right, smash it a like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys tonight, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.